Now, if you're struggling to grow your Skool community and you're in the health category, then you probably want to know what the top communities are doing differently from you. So in this video, I'm going to be going through and breaking down the top 5 communities from the last Skool Games in the health category. Now, the first one we're going to be looking at is going to be Oscar's community. Now, Oscar Patel, he has got a massive following at the moment, a lot of momentum, and he absolutely dominated. But the reason I want to do the rest of them, all 5 in fact, is that they were so close. They were all so close in the amount that they were making throughout that month. So they really are very interesting, and there's a lot of similarities that we're going to be able to look at and break down. But Oscar was absolutely dominating. He's making now, I believe, close to $300,000 or about $280,000 per month. So he's absolutely smashing it. And he is tapping into a trending niche. So his community is obviously about sort of health and looks maxing. So it's the whole looks maxing movement, especially I think among young men, where it's about changing the features of your face and lots of things like mewing and so on. So it's all about trying to change the way that you look and basically max out. And it normally comes down to health and so on. So when we go to his group, we can see that here he does have 2 communities, one of which is free. But the main thing is that he's just got one paid community. So he's not really doing the free to paid model. He's going directly to his paid group. And I think it's generally gone up a little bit in price, but it's pretty much always been around the sort of $39 per month. And if we look at that, this is the community that he's got here. So it's very, very congruent. It's all about taking the time to improve your health and improve your looks. And he's got nearly 7,200 members. That's incredible. At $39 per month. So it's no wonder he's doing it so well. So the type of traffic that he's doing, and he's going directly to his paid community, is he's using YouTube. He's using probably the most simple setup out of everyone. And that is literally just a YouTube channel that has very congruent content, mainly focusing on long form videos in terms of conversions. And then he's just talking on that particular topic. As you can see, it's all about before and after shots. He's always mentioning the community inside the videos. He's showing you tips on how to get results and things to try. So he's giving you practical stuff to do. But then if you want the full program, the full training and everything else, then you need to sign up for his community. And it's showing his own results, those of other people. He gets experts in sometimes, but it's a lot of before and after shots. So as you can see, it's a very simple format that he's using. Before and after, proven stuff to make sure that it's working. And it's all the way through. He's got a very large channel. So he's got 446,000 subscribers. And it looks like, yeah, a lot of this will be coming from his shorts probably as well. But as we can see here, he's getting about 9 million monthly views. So he was always going to win. He's outperforming all of them in terms of the sheer volume of traffic that he's pushing. And that's why it makes sense that he's pushing a low ticket option, which is just $39 per month community. There's no point in him charging any more. He might as well go for high conversions because he's got huge amounts of numbers that he's pushing through. And that's it. He basically has the link here. He mentions it in the videos and he has it in the video's description. So it's just a very congruent, and we can see that Oscar Patel looks equals health, and it's congruent messaging throughout. And that's really going to be a pattern that I think we're going to see as we move forward. Everybody seems to have very congruent messaging as well. So we've got this guy. We've then got Charlie, and Charlie basically is doing holistic gut health. So he's got the free to paid option here. So he is doing 2 communities, which is something I'm seeing a lot amongst winners. And I'm going to create another video soon. So you should subscribe if you want to get access to that. Where I'm going to be going through all of the different winners and seeing what patterns are tracking amongst them all. Because I think there are certain things that are working better for most people, depending on where they are. If you would like more help growing your community, we'll also link to our free community, which is in the video description, where I'll show you how you can actually grow and set up your community for your particular goals. Because all of the ones that we're going to be showing you now are about low ticket and high volume in terms of traffic. That's generally how people are winning the games, and the games are set up to be below $100 per month. So it is always going to be low ticket, high volume. But for many of us, we can't we can't get that high volume of traffic. So if you want to know different strategies and how to do it for mid to high ticket programs as well as low, then you can join our free community and we'll give you more training on that. But as we can see, Charlie is doing the free to paid. So free community to a paid community. And he's got over 10,000 people, nearly 10,600 people in his free community. And then it's a $49 per month community that he's got. And it's about holistic gut health. So we don't need to guess what it's about. Very clear messaging, holistic gut health community, no guessing there. And obviously feeling confused and overwhelmed by all the information on social media, sick of wasting money on random supplements and expensive tests without results. So it's obviously about getting natural results for your gut to improve your gut health. And then he is basically using Instagram. Now, I looked to see if he was on YouTube. He is, but he's very new in the last month. He's only got about just under 500 subscribers. So it's very much inside Instagram is where his traffic's coming from. And this makes sense. Instagram with low ticket, I see working very well for the health and lifestyle types of channels. It doesn't work so well when you're starting to get into high ticket. YouTube long form works a lot better with that. So if you want to sort of work best with low ticket and high ticket or mid ticket, then YouTube long form is going to perform a bit better for you there potentially. But we can see he's really dominating here. He's actually got 268,000 followers here. He's linking directly to his Skool community in the profile. And then all of his stuff is about holistic gut health. You can see congruent messaging, holistic gut health, holistic gut health. And it's all about the same thing. And that's it. Simple, congruent messaging. Basically, the community is just an extension of his social media. And it's about getting trusted traffic from that and pushing them towards a community where they want more. The next one is we've got Michael's, and he's got expanding capacity. Another $49 per month group. And it's about long-term pain relief, no equipment, zero stretching, reduce pain by expanding your body's capacity to do more. All levels welcome. Very interesting. Sounds like an interesting one to try and get my head around to understand what it's actually about. So restorative movement. So it's obviously about losing pain. I would assume sort of mobility if it is to a degree. Here we go. Long-term pain relief, zero stretching. I've tried it all. Foam rolling. We don't fix body parts. We restore health, balance, whole body motion. So I'm guessing he's just got a different strategy. I'm sure there's some mobility still within this, but it's on mobility health. Now, what I found interesting was that I couldn't find any large social media. So 31 followers on Instagram, and he's got 9 subscribers on YouTube. So that leads me to believe that most of his traffic is potentially coming from either one of two places. Ads. He's either running full-time ads and he's managing to get them to convert, and he's going directly to a paid community, so therefore it's converting. Or, which I think is a possibility as well, but I can't check into this, he may be getting it directly from the Skool platform. So he may be getting a lot of his views by using a Skool strategy where you're actually trying to pull in people from the Skool platform. So you engage in other communities and so on. You perhaps DM a few people, but it's mainly about sort of engaging in other communities, and people come to you. So you're helpful in other groups. And the bigger the groups are and the bigger your niche is, just like on YouTube or Instagram, the more volume you can attract. So this is a great strategy. It's something that we talk about inside our community. It's something that I've chatted about on this particular channel. And it's a good way to get your first members. It can be difficult depending on your niche for scaling, but it is a great strategy. And with Skool investing more now into discovery and so on, this is going to be a great strategy moving forward. So I think Skool is very quickly going to become the main second traffic source for most people, or potentially in some cases it may overtake their main traffic source as well. And the reason I actually believe this is I can see that he's in a group here that is mobility and injury prevention that has nearly 200,000 members. Now, if I was just looking at the other groups, I would say no, it's what he's running ads. But because of this, if he's very active in here and he carries authority and expertise and he's helping a lot of people by answering all of their questions in here, then there's a good chance that those people are going to go through to his profile or ask him questions or DM him, and that will be a way for him to get people into his community. So I think that's a good possibility. So it's one of those two things that I think Michael was doing for his. We've then got, if we move forward, the next one, which is Jillian. Now, Jillian is Club Raw, which is a vegan group. She, as far as I can tell, only has one group, so she's doing direct to paid. Now, this group is just purely for vegans, and I think cooking and mastering recipes, and a community for vegans, and so on. But it's $39 a month. She's got nearly 700 members, and again, it's very clear what it is she does. So it's the same raw food and so on. She's basically making eating vegan more straightforward and more simple. Now, what we can see from her is that she commands a massive audience. And I'm seeing this among a few people that are winning the Skool Games. They often have 2 massive social media presences. So if you're going to be going large volume, then I think it's very easy to win the Skool Games if you've already got a large social media following. It's why I think for the rest of us, mid to high ticket with a smaller audience is a better option, especially starting out, because you're going to make your financial goals quicker and easier. But in terms of winning the Skool Games and volume, she's commanding 137,000 on Instagram. It's pictures of herself and her health and her body and the foods she's eating and other people and sharing different things and interviews as well. But then if we go to YouTube, she's dominating here as well. 190,000 subscribers. And again, it's about real food, health, wellness, and spirituality. So she's broadening the topic a bit. She's obviously talking about many different things. But as we can see, it's generally about eating raw food and eating this type of food. You can see that it's all congruent again. So it really is about having the right content that perfectly matches and aligns with your community, making sure it's congruent. But she can obviously command large amounts of traffic, so it was always going to be easier on her. So she's got 700,000 views. We don't know how many of those are long form. And then add that to her Instagram, and she's going to be converting very well. Linktree, I'm pretty sure, will be going to her Skool community as well, and probably also to her YouTube channel. So let's see. So she's got a whole lot of stuff here. So I can't even see. She's got a YouTube channel. Oh, there we go. Top. Private community here. So this is obviously it, where it then goes through to Skool. And then on YouTube, it's just directly to her Skool. And also, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the links to all of her long form videos. So she's probably going to continue to grow probably very easily for her. That combination of commanding that level of traffic obviously is a massive unfair advantage. And then we've got the final one, which is Pat. And Pat basically is doing direct to paid again. So we're seeing a pattern when people go direct to paid is because they command the volume already. There's almost no point in many cases having a a free community that goes to a paid community if you've got the volume already, because you already know you're going to be converting. And I've actually seen it be more detrimental to people when they do put a free community in between a large audience, because all you're doing is causing more friction, because your channel, especially when it's YouTube, is pretty much your free community already. So there's no point in adding an additional layer, additional part of work for you, because your channel, you're already answering questions. If you want to join a low ticket monthly subscription model, is going to give them access to you for more stuff. So he is basically helping people to build functional strength and conditioning and mobility. So again, another mobility one that I see doing very well at the moment on the Skool platform and also on YouTube. To be honest, people are thinking a lot more about longevity and mobility. And he's got 1,000 members at potentially around $45 per month. He's got a free trial going on, but it's functional mobility. If we then go to his Instagram, he's killing it on Instagram. It's Get Strong, Lean, Mobile. Okay, so again, congruent messaging, linking directly to his Skool community. We can see, talking lifestyle, obviously why to stay in shape, and then it's all physically fit mobility stuff. So it's definitely very congruent. I would say it's probably a bit more for men, potentially. And then we go here on his YouTube channel. Again, he's smashing it here as well. 89,000 subscribers. So it's another double whammy. So it's a bit like the last one with Jillian. So as I said, if you're commanding the volume, you might as well go directly to paid, depending on your niche, because it's going to be much easier for you. Treat your channel, treat your Instagram like your free community, and then go directly to paid. Now we can see he's got 2 links here. Let's see what he's got. School community going directly. He should probably have that at the top. And then we can see videos, all relevant again, all about fitness, gym workouts. I would say it's almost a little bit less about mobility here. Kettlebell guy. So he's got the kettlebells here. Bellplex, obviously the name is that. Strength and mobility. Yeah, it's obviously pretty much the same. I would say he's going on about strength and functionality and mobility here more than he is the kettlebell angle, but it is basically fairly congruent, and the name says it all. So yeah, he's absolutely smashing it there, and congruent messaging as well. So I hope you found that useful. As always, if you would like more help with your community, I will link to our free group in the video description. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.